Bitcoin is still holding above 88K, but with a Jerome Powell speech looming tomorrow, is support at 80K finally going to break, or do we still have a chance to go back up? Let's find out. Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Right now it's about 3:25 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at 84,137. Before we do the top-down analysis, I want to go over this winning trade that I gave you guys yesterday on the 15-minute chart. This was a complex head and shoulder pattern, shoulder, head, shoulder. This had the measure move taking us to about 87,338, and not only did we hit that measure move, but we went as low as 83,383. So congratulations on whoever took that trade. This is a big win for the FlexCandle community. Quick heads up before we continue, I'm about to release the FlexCandle beginner course where I break down how to read candles, structure, indicators, and actually plan trades the right way. If you're interested, email me at flexcandle2025@gmail.com and just write, "I want the course." Anyone who emails me before the launch will get a 50% discount when it drops in the next week or two. Now we're going to start off here with the monthly chart. This candle closes in the next 2 days and 4 hours. We see that we're starting to lose the 21 moving average. That's currently at 88,694. This is starting to get pretty bearish now. We were having some type of hidden bullish divergence, but if we close underneath the 21 moving average, that might be over. The only good signs that I'm seeing is that we're still above the 50 on the RSI, and the stochastics RSI look like they want to reset, but this could still take a couple months, especially if we drag like we did here. So if we lose this 21 moving average, I do see more downside. Unfortunately, we could start heading towards this 50 moving average at 56,727. Now the 2-week chart, this closes in 3 days and 4 hours. We're below the 50 on the RSI. The stochastics RSI look like they want to roll over here, and we're losing the 50 moving average at 87,972. The next line of defense is going to be this 80 moving average. That's at 67,331. The weekly chart also closes in the next 3 days and 4 hours. We're already losing the 100 moving average. We have a wick here, so maybe we could just wick down to about 80,000, 81,000, and then bounce back up before Sunday comes. But if not, if we end up closing this below the 21 moving average, look at the VRVP. We have a big gap here. This could easily just fly straight down to 68K. And remember, I do have this in a bear flag, and we are already starting to make some of the measured move, and this bear flag does take us down to about 68K. If we take a look at the stochastics RSI, it also looks like we want to roll over again and continue dragging here. Once again, this is not looking good for Bitcoin. We take a look at the 3-day chart. This candle closes in a day and 4 hours. We're well below the 200 moving average. We still have this wick here. It looks like we want to go and eat that wick, and if we cannot close above the 21 and the 200 moving average, I do see more downside. The stochastics are on the way down. We see rejection here from the RSI, so this is not looking good. And if we lose this 200 moving average, if we go to the 4-day chart, we see that this is our next line of defense, and we're pretty much almost there already. On the 4-hour chart, the 200 moving average is at 82,437. If we lose this 200 moving average, then the next line of defense is the 5-day chart, and this is at 71,642. On the daily chart, this is where I have a head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and this takes us all the way down to about 77K. And as you can see, we already have almost half of the measure move for this head and shoulder pattern. So this could be considered a winning trade at the moment. So congratulations if you guys did take this head and shoulder pattern, because we already did most of the measured move here as well. Now the daily chart also looks like it wants to roll over on the stochastics RSI. So right now I'm still seeing a lot more downside happening for Bitcoin. You know, maybe we get a green candle, we make it back up to maybe 87K, reject from there. But unless we could get above, I would say this 100 moving average at 93,992, we're going to have a tough time rallying back up. We'll take a look at the 22-hour chart. This is rolling over. We have a gigantic red engulfing candle. This candle closes in the next hour and a half. This is not looking good. We got major rejection here off this 21 moving average. 12-hour chart, stochastics are on the way down. 10-hour chart, stochastics are on the way down. 8-hour chart, same thing. We go to the 4-hour chart. Stochastics are below the dotted line. We are starting to reset here, but there's no signal of us turning back up yet. We could definitely drag here for a while. Look how long we dragged here before we were able to make it back up. I knew that once we got rejected off this 200 moving average again, it was going to be more downside, more than likely. And right now we have a gigantic red candle below the 21 moving average, and this candle closes in the next 3 hours and a half. This could be the third candle here that closes below the 21 moving average. This is not looking good. Yesterday I was telling you guys maybe we could end up doing a inverted head and shoulder, left shoulder head, if we make it back to the 50 moving average or above and then roll over, but not go below this head. We could have made the right shoulder here, but the bears laughed at us on that one because all we did was completely roll over, so that did not work out. We head over to the 1 hour chart. This chart doesn't look too bad. The stochastics have been dragging here for a while. Maybe we could start making it back up. The one thing that we have in our favor is that we are far away from the 21 moving average that's currently at 87,038. You guys already know if we're too far from the 21, we either have to go sideways here and consolidate and wait for the 21 moving average to catch up to the price, or we could start going up towards the 21 moving average. But what's going to happen there? Are we going to be able to get above the 21 and back above the 200? If not, then we probably are going to see more downside. On the 15-minute chart, this is not looking too good. We are toppy here on the stochastics RSI. Even though we have some bullish divergence here on the stochastics RSI, we have some bullish divergence here on the RSI. It doesn't look like we're going to get above this 21 moving average at 84,363. If we can't do that, then more downside will be happening. So right now, guys, overall, I just see a lot of bearishness here for Bitcoin. Our hope is that we can possibly make it back up to 87K, but I probably see us getting rejected from there. If we cannot break the 90K resistance, then I just see more downside. Now it looks like the new resistance is going to be at 87K, and unfortunately, I just see the rest of this bear flag and the rest of this head and shoulder pattern on the daily continuing to try to hit the rest of the measured move. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe, and if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.